how are you? Hope that all of you are very fine. Today I have come with some advanced facts of polynomials. In the previous classes, we have covered almost all the basic facts. Today we will read some more facts about polynomials. So let's start. First, classification of polynomials. Classification of polynomials. There are some classes of polynomials on the basis of degree. So what is degree? Let us take a quick revision. Okay. Degree. Take a polynomial f(x) equals to, suppose a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus plus an x to the power n. Okay, where an not equals to 0 and all a0, a1, a2 are real numbers. Okay. Acha. First, see what is the variable here. Here the variable is x, only x, right? So this is a polynomial in x. This is a polynomial in x, right? Because here the variable is x. Now see what is the highest power of x. Here the powers of x are 1, 2, 3 and so on, and the last power is x to the power n. That means the highest power of x is n, right? This is the degree of this polynomial, because the highest power of the variable is the degree of the polynomial. So this is a polynomial in x of degree n. Okay. See, here I have written that an not equals to 0. Why an not equals to 0? See, if an be 0, then this term vanishes, right? So the highest power does not remain n. So the degree does not remain n. So an must not be 0. Otherwise the polynomial does not remain of degree n. Okay. So this is a polynomial in x of degree n. So we have know the degree. Now we will classify polynomials on the basis of degree. First, see number 1. First class is linear polynomial. Linear polynomial is the polynomial of degree 1. That means the polynomial must be of the form f(x) equal to ax plus b, where a not equals to 0. Here in the polynomial, what is the highest degree of x? 1. So this is a polynomial of degree 1. Hence it is a linear polynomial. Okay. And why a not equals to 0? Because if a is 0, then this term vanishes and the polynomial becomes f(x) equal to b, which is not of degree 1. So this is not a linear polynomial. That's why a must not be 0. Okay. For example, suppose 2x plus 5. This is a polynomial of degree 1 because the highest power of x is 1. So this is a linear polynomial. Same, root 3y plus 10. This is a polynomial in y, right? And the highest power of y is 1. So this is a linear polynomial in y. Okay. Next, number 2. Quadratic polynomial. What is quadratic polynomial? The polynomial of degree 2 is called quadratic polynomial. That means the polynomial is of the form fx equals to ax square plus bx plus c, where a not equals to 0. See, here the polynomial is of degree 2. Why? Because the highest power of x is 2. So this is a polynomial of degree 2. Hence it is a quadratic polynomial. And why a not equals to 0? Same reason. If a becomes 0, then this term vanishes and this is become a polynomial of degree 1. So here a must not be 0. That's why this polynomial becomes quadratic. Okay. Let us take examples. Suppose 2x square minus 3x plus 9. See, this is a polynomial of degree 2. So it is a quadratic polynomial. Same, 5x square minus 2x plus 11. Next is cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial. The polynomial of degree 3 is called cubic polynomial. That means the polynomial is of the form ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a not equals to 0. See, here the highest power of x is 3. So this is a polynomial of degree 3. Hence it is called a cubic polynomial. And a not equals to 0 because the same reason, if a be 0, then this term vanishes and the polynomial becomes quadratic. So a must not be 0. For example, 9x cube plus 5x square minus 3x plus 12. See here, the highest power of x is 3, so it is a cubic polynomial. Another example, 10x cube plus 2x plus 11. This is also a cubic polynomial. Why? Because the degree of x is 3. Next, number 4, biquadratic polynomial. Biquadratic polynomial. The polynomial of degree 4 is called biquadratic polynomial. That is of the form ax to the power 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e, where a not equals to 0. Here the degree of the polynomial is 4, so it is a biquadratic polynomial. Example of biquadratic polynomial is 5y to the power 4 minus 10y cube plus 13y square minus 2y plus 9. This is a biquadratic polynomial because the degree of this polynomial is 4. Okay, here we complete our classification of polynomials. Right. Next, our next part is value of a polynomial. Value of a polynomial at a given point. Suppose there is a given polynomial and you are asked to find the value of the polynomial at a given point. This is a very easy fact. Suppose there is a polynomial fx equals to 2x square minus 5x plus 13. Okay. And you are asked that find the value of fx at x equal to 2. Okay. That means we have to find the value of fx when x is 2. So write fx equals to 2x square minus 5x plus 30. When x is 2, we find fx. That means we have to find f of 2, right? Put the value of x as 2. That is 2 into x square means 2 square minus 5 into x means 2 plus 13. Okay. 2 into 2 square means 4 minus 5 2s are 10 plus 13. 4 2s are 8 minus 10 plus 13. Now add and subtracts 8 minus 10 means minus 2. Minus 2 plus 13, that is 11. Okay, so the value of fx at x equals to 2 is 11. Clear? Now go to next part, that is 0 of a polynomial. We have previously discussed about 0 of polynomial. Let us revise it again. 0 of a polynomial means at the point where the polynomial becomes 0. Suppose there is a polynomial fx equals to x minus 3 by 2. Okay, so if fx equals to 0, then x minus 3 by 2 equals to 0, that is x equals to 3 by 2. Hence the 0 of the polynomial is 3 by 2, because at this point the polynomial becomes 0. Therefore 0 of fx is 3 by 2. Okay, next. This is the most important part of our today's session. See, relation between the zeros and coefficient of a quadratic polynomial. That means we have to derive the relation between zeros and coefficients of a quadratic polynomial. So first of all, take a quadratic polynomial. Suppose fx equals to ax square plus bx plus c, where a not equals to 0. This is a quadratic polynomial, and let alpha and beta are the zeros of fx. Since fx is quadratic, so there are two zeros of fx. Okay, now remember that 0 of a polynomial means at alpha fx is 0, that is f of alpha equals to 0, right? From factor theorem, f of alpha equals to 0 implies that x minus alpha is a factor of fx, right? So from this we can write that x minus alpha and x minus beta are factors of fx, right? Now see, ax square plus bx plus c, this is our polynomial. Now x minus alpha and x minus beta are factors of this, so we can write k into x minus alpha into x minus beta, isn't it? Factor means this is multiple of this, where k is a constant. Okay, now multiply this x into x, that is x square, minus alpha into x, that is minus alpha x, x into minus beta, that is minus beta x, minus alpha into minus beta means plus alpha beta. Now x square, here x and x common, so we taking out common x, alpha plus beta, minus is common, so that becomes plus, it is also becomes plus alpha beta. that is kx square minus k into alpha plus beta into x, multiplying k with this plus k alpha beta. That is ax square plus bx plus c equals to this. Now see, it is a quadratic polynomial, it is also a quadratic polynomial, right? Because this is the highest power of x is 2. So if both side is quadratic polynomial and there is a equal sign between this, so we can compare both side. Okay, so on comparing coefficients of like powers of x, like powers means same power of x. Okay, we get here, see, x coefficient of x square is a, here coefficient of x square is k, that means k equals to a. Here coefficient of x is b, here coefficient of x is minus k into alpha plus beta, that is minus k into alpha plus beta equals to b. And here constant term is c, here constant term is k alpha beta, that means k alpha beta equals to c. Okay, now put k equals to a here, a into alpha plus beta equals to b, that is alpha plus beta equals to b by minus a, and here alpha beta equals to k is multiplied here, so here k means a, right? Put the value of k first, a alpha beta equals to c, that is alpha beta equals to c by a. So see here, alpha and beta are the zeros, right, of the polynomial fx. So alpha plus beta means sum of the zeros is b by a. What is b? B is the coefficient of x, right? And what is a? A is the coefficient of x square, correct? Here alpha into beta, that means product of the zeros, equals to c by a. What is c? C is the constant term, and what is a? A is the coefficient of x square. Hence we can say that sum of zeros equals to right minus here, same thing, minus b or minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square, right? And product of zeros equals to c by a. C means constant term, a means coefficient of x square, correct? So this is our result, that means this is the relation between zeros and coefficient. Sum of zeros equals to minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square, and product of zeros equals to constant term by coefficient of x square. So remember this relation always, because we will use this result in our problem solving. Okay, so this is, we complete our session. Hope it will be helpful for you. Thank you everyone.